I do see the YouTube. It's just spinning. Oh, then it went down.
Okay. All right. I've been told that we're back. Some technical difficulty. Um, we're still saying no in the Discord chat. But maybe it's a little delayed.
I think he said we're going to reach new YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, we hear you. Sounds like our Spren, if anyone gets that reference.
I think Gators should just keep saying "be right back" over and over and over, just so they.
All right, Ron says he thinks we're back.
Do we have part 3? YouTube.
Yeah, I think we're on the second YouTube link still.
All right. I'm gonna just send a message in Discord.
I will say, since we've been waiting around, it's I just been looking at the YouTube screen, and I noticed that Dave's a Draco-Shan, Harry's an elf. You and I are humans, Matt, but Blaze is apparently an it. Like, he doesn't have any
He's a Blaze.
bloodline. Like,
he doesn't identify.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. He doesn't identify as anything. All right.
That's, we have to be supportive of his choice.
Yeah.
Okay. It seems like we're good now.
So Matt, yeah. you just revealed all that incredible information. I guess that nobody got to hear it.
We'll move forward and past that. Yeah, I was just talking about the land cards. Maybe that's why we dropped. We're finally talking about land and couldn't handle it. So land cards, I think we're shooting for next month. Cryptomancer is back from his long summer travels and is hard at work on that. And so that'll be an exciting new thing to get to be able to get these cards that are usable only on land and have specific benefits for your land plots. And then I've been, in the background starting to get my thoughts together on what the next projects are going to be for land as we start to knock out some of the land 2.0 stuff. So I think we're going to try to introduce some new buildings, new types of things, and I think the next land update will be akin to the 1.75 update, where we went from just grain to having the 4 basic resources and then the artisan hub and everything. It'll be a jump like that, where there'll be a bunch more things to do with your land, and everyone will hopefully run around trying to update things and figure out what the best mechanisms for, because that's the fun part of all this is figuring out what to do as there are new updates. So no timeline on that yet. First, we got to finish the current project, and then we'll get that that spec done and over to Cryptomancer, and we'll keep you guys posted on the details and what that's looking like. But probably shooting for around Q1 of next year for the next kind of major land update. We've talked a lot about the player avatar project, hoping to have that out this year. I don't think should be a problem. Obviously, the main idea is that instead of just a little circle picture that you can pick from like 20 of them or your Rooney that we have now, you'll be able to design your own avatar in the game. Last time on the town hall, we showed some of the ones that we did internally, and that was only with one. We could only do human male at the time. That was the only art that had been done yet. So Nate and the team are working on a whole bunch more the bloodlines, I guess, that you'll be able to choose from. Not all of them will probably be available right away or for free. So there'll be ways you can unlock or purchase additional bloodlines for your avatar, additional attributes, your clothing, all that stuff will be added to the game. And then everywhere that you are represented in the game, in leaderboards, in the battle history, when you match up with an opponent, all that stuff, you'll instead see your custom avatar. And it's going to have not just the character you create, you'll be able to add like little badges on it to represent different things that you've achieved or done in the game. So you can, highlight a Rooney if you have one of those that you want to show. Or other different achievements. We're kind of working through all the different things we want to highlight, but you'll be able to choose which ones. So at some point we'll have like a wall of different achievements or badges that you've earned.
Oh, hey, Matt, I just realized, I guess I have here, while you're talking about that, I could give an example of avatars with like little badges or showing a
Nate's been holding out on us.
There you go.
Cool. So here's an example of two players matching up with their different avatars and some badges that they've chosen to show on their card. And then on top of all that is all strictly cosmetic. But there is going to be an actual utility for these things in the game, which is the thing I've been alluding to over and over and not revealing. So you guys are going to have to wait another month or two at the most to see what that is. But this is going to be much, much more exciting than just simply looking cool in the game. And I mentioned earlier that Glint is going to be heavily involved in all of this. So make sure to start, don't spend all your Glint on the new reward cards. You might want to save some for what's coming with the avatars. I think it's going to be exemplary what we're doing, which is a little hint there of a name that I came up with. In any case, after that, we're going to we have the survival mode updates that were in the recently passed proposal. So as I think Investigator mentioned earlier, that's a pretty decent sized project. So we're kind of waiting until some of the other things that were in the hopper are done and we have resources available to knock that out. But I am still very excited in general about survival mode and trying to get that to work. So look for that to happen when we can get to it. There is the mini set that the team's been hard at work on designing the cards. I think Call Me Tim's been working on, potentially some new cool mechanics for the battles for those cards. So this could be a pretty exciting new set that the DAO has already approved and paid for. There's going to be a new mechanism for purchasing the set with SPS. So hopefully that'll be a great direct utility for the SPS token. And we'll kind of have to see how that goes, and maybe if that's a model that the community likes for future set releases, we can keep that going, or potentially go a different direction. And then last but not least is I've talked about for a long time rebuilding the guild system kind of from the ground up. So that, I've been working on the high level specs and ideas, but that's going to be after kind of all the other stuff I just talked about. We're going to take that on as a major project. So we're looking at 2026 definitely for that. But I think, as I mentioned before, the biggest, it's going to include not only like new gladiator cards and all that stuff, but a complete overhaul to the brawl system, which is again something that in my mind is going to be a completely new way potentially to play Splinterlands. So I'm excited to see that come to fruition, although it's still a while out. But I'm hoping if the new brawl mechanics work out and we get that out and people like it, that's something we could potentially add into the game in other ways. We want to integrate land into guilds and kind of just group everything together and have guilds be a major part of every other part of the game, including
picture-in-picture replay.
Yep. Two minutes is no problem. Everybody hang in there for 2 minutes. We'll be back.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Dave. Well, go ahead. And hopefully
Yeah, I was
they can
going to
catch
say,
it.
Matt, you did everything justice, but the one thing there's a lot of things that we're working on. There's a lot of things that we're working on. A lot of ideas that float around, and not every idea is going to make it. Right off the bat, and some of them ideas going to make it. Right off the bat, and some of them are like great ideas.
Okay. Do you? I mean, your internet seems to be fine. I can hear you, and
Maybe it's all.
all right. If anyone can hear us, we're gonna take a few minutes here to try to reset some things and see if we can address these issues. So please hold on for a few minutes.